I'm Milani Kai, and what you are about to witness is an uncensored, unscripted, unedited, impromptu Periscope interview that I did with a young man I saw walking up the back road in unincorporated Georgia. I saw him, and there was just something about his spirit, just watching him. Yeah, he was missing a limb, but it wasn't about him missing the limb. He just seemed so joyous. He had this spirit like he could do anything. Just walking, I sensed that. And so I circled him, and I watched him, and I circled him again, and I watched him, and I said, you know what? I am going to pick this young man up, and I'm going to talk to him because I want to see what's inside his head and how he can be missing this limb, and he's so excited and so happy, and that's the aura he gave off. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Devonte. I'm here driving, running some errands for a friend, and I see this young man right here who doesn't have a leg, and I want to see if he wants to talk to me. Hi, do you want to ride? Hey, do you want to ride?
Yes, please.
Okay, do you mind that I'm recording this live?
No.
Okay, come on in. Where are you heading?
Headed home.
You're heading home?
Yeah.
And you're walking.
Yeah.
You know what I like about you, why I saw you and why I wanted to pick you up?
What's up?
Is because most people who have lost a leg or lost a limb, I know a lot of people, and which way are we going, to the left?
Left.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, they would want to cover it up. And you're out here on the street and you're walking and you're not covering it up. First, tell us what happened to your leg.
I guess right before I hit 18, I got bone cancer.
You got bone cancer?
Yes, ma'am.
How did you see bone cancer happening? I mean, how did it, what were the signs in your body? Were you having problems with your leg or anything?
I got an actual, I guess you could call it a cyst, because that's what they call it before they know what it is, right? I got like a really big bump on the side of my calf that was at least the size of like a grapefruit.
And you were 18 years old?
That was right before I hit 18.
Okay, so you got it was
end of my 17th year of life.
You were in school, high school, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I'm gonna pull over so I can talk to you a little better. Okay.
Okay.
And then I'll take you to your house. So you're in high school, regular. Were you active in high school?
Yes, ma'am. I was actually I was just about to be on the JV squad for basketball.
For basketball?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know I'm a basketball player. I played for Syracuse University.
Really?
Yeah.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah. I played for Syracuse University, and we're gonna let's step out here. And let's just talk under the tree a little bit, okay?
That works.
All right,
for me.
and I'll take you home, okay? So yeah, I played for Syracuse University, and I just want to tell your story because I saw you were hustling, and then you looked happy too. You didn't look like you were mad. Okay, so let's go out and let's talk about this a little bit, okay?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so thank you guys for joining in. I can't really read your questions yet, but okay. So let's talk over here. So let's go over this way. Let's go over this way. Yeah, so you're 17 years old. You want to lean against the tree, or are you good?
No, I'm fine.
Okay, you're 17 years old. You're getting ready to make the basketball team.
Mm-hmm.
So you're pretty decent, right? And then what happens?
Well, that's debatable on how you look at it, I guess, for people. Because most people would be like, well, you got an injury. I didn't get an injury. It just showed up.
It just showed up. And it was a cyst. What part of your leg was?
All right, I'm going to show you on this calf.
Okay, show me in that calf.
I had a lump the size of a grapefruit right there.
Right there? Okay.
Yeah.
And it just, one day you just woke up. Did you feel pain? Did you?
It hurts. It hurt to lay on my left side. I couldn't move my toes. Like, I could bend them, but I had to reach down and unbend them with my hand in order to move my toes.
Right.
Really, it was just like, it didn't stop me from walking, but it made it where I couldn't use my foot the way I wanted to. Like, if I bend my foot down,
right,
like I'm walking straight, right, I can't unbend my foot to take my next step.
Were you still trying to play basketball at that time?
Yep.
Okay, and what was the coach saying? What's wrong with you, man?
Yeah, no, coach was like, you gotta get that checked.
Right.
We don't need no player injuries in this beginning of the year.
Right. And so you got, who'd you go to? Your dad or your...
I went to my mom and my grandma.
And you said, what? Look, I got this thing on my leg.
Basically, it was, Mom, Grandma, I don't know what's wrong. I can bend it, but can't unbend it. I can bend my toes, but can't unbend them. And I'm supposed to be on a basketball team in like 2 weeks. And they were like, well, we're going to take you to the hospital. We went to the hospital. The hospital was a failure, so they referred us to someone else. I did the referring to someone else process 12 times in a row.
12 times.
12 times.
Right. So nobody. So the point is, nobody knew what was going on.
I was at a complete.
Right.
Right. And then, like, this nurse was like, I have someone I want to refer you to, but it's not a regular doctor. And I was like, what kind of doctor? And she was like, he's a sports doctor. He works specifically for people who play sports. And I was like, really? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, okay. So we get his address, and he's way out on Georgia 400.
You got to go out to Georgia 400. So anybody, okay.
And if anybody knows Georgia, Douglasville to Georgia 400 is not a short ride at all.
Right.
Right? So we go to Georgia 400. He checks me out. He's like, I've seen these injuries in pro athletes before.
And it's still the knot. People are just joining now. So tell me again, you still had, on that leg, you still had a knot right there.
Like right here. Like I could do this literally on the knot.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was affecting, you're getting ready to start for the team, and people are joining. That's why I want to tell it again.
Oh,
so you're getting ready, 17 years old, getting ready to start basketball season. You get that knot. It's actually on this leg, but you got it on that leg. So now 12 times referrals. Now you're going to this specialist.
Yeah,
and you get to the specialist, and what happens?
He notices what it is off rip. He's like, you have some sort of tumor, and we need to take a biopsy to figure out what it is. Okay? And I'm like, how do you know it's a tumor? He's like, a tumor is any weird, odd-shaped anomaly on your body that you can't identify, right? Because I ask for explanations for everything. Like,
right,
if
good.
If you're going to tell me a word I don't know, I have to know the name. I have to know the definition. I do. I'm weird.
That's not weird. That's good. That's really smart. It's not weird.
But he's like, we want to bring you in Tuesday to get a biopsy. And it was, I'd say, like 6:30 Friday night. So I had about a weekend, right? And he was like, okay, worst case scenario, it's cancer. That is the last worst case scenario you could possibly get. If it is indeed cancer, we have steps to take. But we just want you to know up front, it could be cancer or it could be benign.
You're 17 years old. Who's there at the Who's there at the doctor's with you? Your mom?
My mom, my grandma. That's it.
When they hear the word cancer, what's everybody thinking?
We hope it's not cancer. We start talking about it. They're like, well, let's hope it's not cancer, and it can be any one of the other random things it could be. Right? Okay, so he used the word benign on me, and at the time, I didn't know what the word benign meant. But it means that, like, you can get a lump, and if it's benign, that means it's not necessarily a danger to you or your body at all, and you're fine. Mine turned out to be cancer.
Cancer. 17 years old.
It's so ironic.
Getting ready to make the basketball team. Well, on the basketball team.
Yeah, and this is like literally like right before my birthday.
Right before your 18th birthday.
Yeah, like my birthday's May 9th, right? This is like, I'd say like May 7th, May 6th, around there. Like nowhere from my birthday. And I was like, it really sucked to be in the hospital for my 18th birthday. And you know, it's 18th birthday. You're relatively excited. We got a train.
Yeah. We got a train coming. So, hi train. What's your name again?
But I guess.
So he said it was cancer, but when did he tell you that they had to amputate? At what point?
At that point, no one even thought I'd have to get an amputation.
Oh, they didn't think so. So
Not
you
at
just
all.
have cancer.
Yeah,
you're going to treat the cancer.
Yeah, he was like, you have cancer. We're going to refer you to a cancer hospital, like a hospital that specializes in kids with cancer. And I was like, really? He was like, yeah, it's down the street. And I was like, well, that's convenient. At least I know where I'm going.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, no, you're going to be referred to Dr. George, which is misleading because it's a lady.
Okay.
That's what got me. I was
right.
like, her name's Dr. George?
She's a lady, right?
Yeah, she's a lady.
It could be very misleading.
Yeah. And she's like, okay, doc, you've been diagnosed with osteosarcoma.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay? Osteosarcoma is bone cancer. I had a big cancerous tumor, like literally right where my tibia and fibula met on my calf. That's crazy. But it happens.
So you still don't know it's going to be amputated yet?
Nope.
You still think they're going to treat the cancer, you'll be back to playing basketball anytime?
Yeah, just to predate this real quick, okay? Right before I go meet Dr. George, he told me I had cancer. My family breaks down on me. My whole family starts crying. they start sending out the call like I'm finna die, and I'm sitting there like, well, while y'all crying, I'm gonna ask him what I need to do to get rid of cancer, because there's still stuff I want to do.
Right.
And he was like, you have a great attitude. And I was like, well, if you let stuff stop you, you never know how far you can get.
It's true.
So I meet Dr. George. Dr. George tells me about bone cancer and explains all the tools they're going to use on me, and explains what chemo's for and radiation, and at that, like, I might have to get an amputation. She's like, if we can't shrink it small enough to cut it out of your leg, you're going to have to get an amputation. So at that point, I was thinking, well, then let's do it. Chemo sucks. Period. Point blank. Chemo sucks. Chemo is nothing but poison, and it kills everything. All your hair falls out. You lose the grip on your foot. I didn't even know we had hair on the bottom of our feet until I slipped on a marble floor.
After chemo?
Yeah. I did not know. Like, I couldn't get out the tub because I can't grab the marble tub because I slipped. Like, you have hairs on your hands, on your toes, on the bottom of the pads of your foot that help you walk on stuff. So, without that hair, you slip on everything.
So chemo was no good for you?
No. Chemo was working at first. It shrunk some. And then, like, I guess it got used to it. I don't know. I don't know how to describe cancer not caring about chemo anymore. But after chemo didn't work, they were like, okay, so we need to just start discussing your options, because you've been in here 2 years. 2 years? Yeah, I was in there from like the end of my 17th birthday year to like 1920. I finished high school in the hospital.
When you say you were like living in the hospital for 2 years.
Yeah, I actually have a bunch of blank dates for those 2 years. Like, there's blank spots in my 18th year, there's blank spots in my 19th year, and there's blank spots in my 20th year, because those were the 3 years I was in the hospital the most. And I literally was passing out to the point where I would sleep for 3 months and wake up, and there's a big blank spot there. There's just nothing. I don't know what happened.
Were you depressed?
No, not at all. I was making everyone at the hospital happy. Like, as far as I'm concerned, if you're in a bad situation, right, there are people that's got it worse off than you. Well, when you get to the hospital, they give you a tour. The only place they don't take you is to the top floor of the hospital, and that's the 4th floor. The 4th floor is all terminally ill kids. They are doomed to stay in that hospital until they die. And I felt so bad for them that I was like, there's no way I can feel bad for myself, and they got to live in a hospital for their entire existence. From the time they're born to the time they die, they have to be there, because if they're not, they will die instantly. Right? So, faced with that, and like hearing the alarm for babies dying as soon as they're like...
There's an alarm for babies dying?
There is a huge blaring alarm that sounds like a tornado warning that describes baby death. And it's literally an alarm, and it goes off all over the hospital, and it's like, that lets you know a baby just died somewhere, and there's nothing babies can do to anybody that they deserve to die for, ever.
So they tell you, how old are you when your leg gets amputated?
18, turned 19. It was on my birthday.
And how are you feeling? Were you a little down?
Nope.
Most people, you still weren't down.
I was super amped.
Because you were alive.
Yeah, I was happy to be alive, and they were like, okay, there's 2 options. You can get a fake leg if we cut it off, or we can take it out and you're stuck in a wheelchair. And I have ADD and ADHD. I cannot
right.
Still.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
Like, yeah, no, you can get a cool sports wheelchair. No.
Sports wheelchair?
No.
So you opted for, what is this that we're looking at right now?
This is my prosthesis. This is my 5th one.
Oh, so you got your whole, what part of your leg got amputated?
I got 8 inches above my kneecap.
Right.
And then I end up getting a really bad infection, and they had to go up 4 more inches from there. Okay. So about right there.
So show me what we're looking at right now.
Okay. This is the leg, the calf part, basically. And this case goes over my nub. Hold up.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. This is my nub.
Okay.
I call him Nubbly.
How long has it been? How old are you now?
I'm 22 now.
22. Okay.
Yeah.
So you call him Nubbly. You got a name for him.
And I argued my doctors down and started a petition at the hospital to actively change the name of amputated limbs, because calling me a stump is an insult to me, because I am no plant. I'm not a tree. I'm not a twig or a limb.
There. That's a stump.
So yeah, no, I'm not going to be referred to as a stump. So they called it a stump, and I was like, no, you got to call it a nub.
And I see the mark for the stitches. Is that where the stitching is after they cut it off?
Yeah, I had 38.
Oh wow, 38 stitches.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Straight across, actually. It was really nice.
And so you just every day you wake up, and what happens?
I wake up, I go play basketball. I go
play
play
basketball?
Pool, I play soccer.
You want to play me? You want to play me?
Whenever you're ready.
Okay, where do you play?
Right up the street.
Good. Can we get it in for? Can we get it in for free?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I love your story. I love your spirit. I don't believe that I was just accidentally driving and I wasn't even supposed to come this way. I'm running an errand from somebody that I run into you. And people say to me all the time, do you just pick up strangers? I do when I sense their spirit. And you just looked happy to be walking. You had on basketball shorts, you had on basketball sneakers, and you seemed happy. So that's why I picked you up. But I'm going to take you up on that offer. I'm going to take you to where you need to go, to your home. I'm going to get your number. We're going to go play basketball, and my audience is still going to be able to. Well, I'm going to beat you, though. See, I'm not going to have any sympathy for you.
If you say
no. I'm going to beat you.
Here's the warning for.
I've got a warning.
Never played with one leg.
Right.
Okay? Here's the warning.
What's the warning?
You I got here late. I've already had my warm up. I just won 3 straight games of 21 against.
Did I tell you that I played? Did I tell you that I played for Syracuse?
It doesn't make a difference.
Did I tell you that I averaged 50 points in high school?
There's no intimidation factor whatsoever.
What if I come at you with the whoa? Let me see a move. You got a move? How you can cross over?
I don't have a move. I can cross over. I can spin.
Okay, we'll see. Well, I'm not gonna have any sympathy for you. Okay, I'm not gonna have any sympathy. You know, I'm not gonna have any sympathy for you. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. You got Scarface on there too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Right. So you gangster about it too.
Yeah.
So you think you can beat me?
Oh no, I know I can.
It is on. I want you to tell my audience real quick how to stay positive in situations that just seem impossible. Because for me, I can't even imagine. I tore a ligament in my leg and I was depressed about it. Just tore a ligament. I was depressed for a year and I was just telling them about that. And I run into you, you don't have a leg. So in 1 minute, give me about 60 seconds and encourage somebody who's watching this that may be going through something that they think is just impossible to even deal with. How can they keep a smile on their face while they don't have you don't have a leg, but how can they keep a smile on their face and have this positive attitude you have?
The best information I could give anyone is something I got told by my uncle one time. Quitters never win. And if you're a quitter, then you're not even in the game, because when you got in the game, you were already planning to quit, right? So translated into my language, which would be English, because he speaks in all metaphor for some reason, would be that if you don't have the go get 'em attitude to go get it, then you can't expect to get anywhere in life, because nothing will be handed to you. Nothing is free. Nothing is free. So if you want it, go get it. And the only way to go get it is to be positive about it. Because if you're sad and you're trying to go get it, you're not gonna get anywhere. That's a dead end. That's stopping yourself at the wall before you even get to the wall. You saw it coming up and was just like, I give up. That's too much work. Nah, we don't believe in that around here. My uncle always taught me, if you quit, then you can't play with me no more. Because if you quit, that means you can never beat me because you quit.
Okay, so you take that to the basketball court when we play basketball.
Everywhere.
Because if you quit when I'm spanking you, because I will spank you.
Oh, no.
I know that I will spank you. When I spank you, don't quit, because people are going to be watching, okay?
Unless you have automatic mega 3s.
Okay. Well, it's on again. So tell them what your name is.
Oh, by the way, I'm Devonte Yarbrough, but close friends call me Doc. I go by One-Legged Bandit. I got one tattoo. It says OLB on it, and I got it to commemorate the day I lost my leg, which was on my 19th birthday. And it was so worth it. It's the only tattoo I have right now, and I love that tattoo. Okay.
Well, thank you so much for joining in. You guys don't worry about it. I'm going to get him on the court within the next day or two, right?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to do this. It's going to be epic, okay? All right, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it.
That was fun.
Okay, that was fun. So what part of town? Yeah, you're my man. You're my man. We're friends for life now.